What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. We got to go over Baby Doge today. I know you see what we did earlier in the day. We have a little bit of pumping going on, but we just now kind of got stopped and rejected. I'm going to talk about some of the key levels that we need to be looking at for Baby Doge and some of the resistance points that we're more than likely to hit. So anyways, hit that like button, subscribe. It really helps the YouTube channel out immensely for a YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you all want me to go over next. And also, if you want these automated trading indicators, definitely check out the Vital Algo link in the description and use the discount code Marsellis for 25% off. And if you want to donate to the channel, definitely go ahead and send a donation to the Cash App or PayPal donation link in the description. It'll be greatly appreciated. And let's get straight to it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. But yeah, let's talk about Baby Doge. So right now, what we're seeing with Baby Doge here, the bulls are still in control of the 24-hour market control by 60%. So you can see over here on the oscillator that we do have some selling volume going on. And I actually just now looked at the watcher whales and all that stuff, and I've seen some major sells that just now happened, which is pretty much why we're like just resisting going on a huge uptrend here, because there's a lot of different whales selling. But that's not the most important thing today. So what I want to talk about here is some technicals. So right here, what you see, the red areas, like I always say in my previous videos, red areas supply and demand for less demand, green areas supply and demand for more demand. So right now that we're at this less demand area, whenever we hit these kind of areas, we kind of like take a little bit of a downtrend back down to the more demand areas, so then we can build that momentum. Now, what I do want to mention here, we've been bouncing back and forth between these two channels here, back and forth between the supply and demand areas. So up, down, up, and down. So the next place from here to go would be down. But something I do want to mention here, this new red area just now formed, which means that we probably are going to go a bit on the downside here. Now, earlier, I definitely mentioned that we may end up going down to this area here, which is our next area of support, of major support, really, and that's around the 2524 area, somewhere around there. Now, I don't believe that's just gonna automatically just like take a huge drop and go straight down, but I do believe that what's more than likely going to happen, another uptrend may come before that happens. Now, we may not even go all the way down on a huge downtrend like that. That's the crazy thing, because we are seeing some recovery in the overall crypto market. So if we could see Bitcoin recover like it's doing and have a major recovery and not have another dip, then we can probably see Baby Doge continue to rise too, because everything in the crypto market is starting to recover. Baby Doge even up 18.6% in the last 24 hours. So the next thing that we could possibly see here with Baby Doge is going up here to the next area of supply and demands here. So that would be around the 5-1 area for the first area of supply and demand of less demand, and then the 5-4 area. So around these two areas, when we hit these two areas here, that's when we're probably going to take another downtrend down. So we may actually see Baby Doge pump to these next levels, and then quite possibly drop back down to this level here, and then try to build more momentum to go up to the next area of supply and demand, of more demand, which is at the 6-0 area. Now, that would be the bullish scenario. Inside my videos, I always give the bullish and the bearish scenarios. So the bullish scenarios would bring us up somewhere like that, where we go up to the 5-1 area and then try to break the 5-4, get rejected, go back down to the 4-4 of less demand, then becoming our more demand, and then retesting our previous all-time highs. Now, that would be the bullish scenario. Now, I always got to talk about the bearish scenario. I know a lot of people don't like to hear about what could happen if we go bearish with Baby Doge, but we got to think about it. We got to think about it realistically as well. So what we have here is our supply and demand of more demand about the 3-8 area, and then we really don't have any more demand areas until about down here, where we had our previous one around the 3-1 area. We have good support around 3-1, 3-2, and also around 2-8. We have some good support around there. And then after that, that's when you would see the 2-4 area if we were to go on that path. Now, quite honestly, like with everything that's going on in Baby Doge right now, I believe we could start pumping right now. I believe that we can do a huge pump and that we could shock the whole crypto market. We've already did it multiple times, but I definitely believe it could happen again. Now, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, so I wouldn't bet on it, but I definitely believe something can happen. But I do want to mention, though, the fact that we are getting a little bit rejected here does kind of say that we could have a downtrend coming soon in Baby Doge. I know you all want like a definite answer, but I can't really give a definite answer. I can only give two scenarios of what could have happened if we have that definite, decision. So if we have Baby Doge go on uptrend, then you would see it hit this area here of 5-3, 5-4, and then, kind of do it in a retracement period back down to 4-3 before it goes all the way up to 6-0. So if we see Baby Doge start to pump, don't just go throwing all your money in at 5.3, but just know that it'll probably do a little bit of a pullback down to 4.4 before it starts to pump again. Just kind of like how we're doing now. You know how we just now pumped all the way up here to 4.5. You could see Baby Doge pull back to this area of more demand, which is around 3.8. So if Baby Doge did that pullback down to 3.8, you would see something like this where we go down to 3.8 here, stop at 3.8, and then try to retest our previous resistance. Now, if we try to retest that previous resistance after going on that downtrend and then we fail, then you will see Baby Doge go down to 2.4. That is when you will see Baby Doge go down to 2.4. It's not just going to randomly drop down to 2.4. It's going to have some multiple areas of retesting that resistance. And if it keeps failing time and time again, then that's when you see Baby Doge try to test that 2.4 area way down here. And that would be our major support if Baby Doge got rejected after this next time. So definitely expect Baby Doge to do a little bit of a pullback like we did before, and then try to build that momentum up. And also on the bullish scenario, definitely expect it to hit the 5.4 and then do another pullback. So either way, we could pump and then have a little bit of a pullback after the pump and then continue to pump more. Or we could pull back now and then kind of have a retracement up to the upside and then try to pump past that resistance. And if not, pull back to the previous support. So I know it's like not a definite answer. I can't really give a definite answer here because it's just hard to predict. It's really hard to predict Baby Doge when it's going on a downtrend because it doesn't follow anything. It's weird. It doesn't follow Bitcoin. Doesn't follow the whole overall crypto market. Baby Doge just does what it wants to do. That's why it's hard to predict on the downtrend. But it's so easy for me when I was predicting it on the uptrend because it was like just the signs were there. Like all the signs were there. Like I seen these wedges forming up, and I just knew we were gonna pump after that wedge. I seen this wedge forming up. I knew we were gonna pump after that wedge. I seen the wedge forming up. It was so easy to predict it when we're going on the upside. But now when you're looking at it here, it's kind of a little bit harder to predict what's going to happen next in Baby Doge. You could say we are building a wedge here. Let me take off these automated trading indicators. You could say that we're building a little wedge here and say something like this. You could be like, yeah, we're building this little triangle here, this uptrend here, and this ascending triangle. And you could say that it's taking off like this. Yes. But the reason why I didn't want to make this technical analysis and say that we're going to take off after this is because we are going on a little bit of a downtrend. We just now took a dip, and it could be a bull trap. And I don't want to be like, we're about to go take off right here, and we're about to go to the moon, and then meanwhile, it was just a bull trap, because this is how bull traps are formed. Now, I don't believe this particularly could be a bull trap, but anything can happen. So that's why I'm like giving both scenarios, not just giving only the bullish one, telling you what could happen if we have a bullish scenario and a bearish scenario. But yeah, this is an ascending triangle potentially that we could have going on for Baby Doge. This is a technical pattern that does show that we could be bullish after this. So yeah, Baby Doge could be very bullish coming in the near future. I know this kind of looks all messy with all these different drawings, but it's just something that we have to have here. I'll go ahead and delete some of the drawings, so all the previous ones that really didn't happen or didn't happen sooner enough. I definitely believe that we could, continue to pump here with Baby Doge though. But I did predict the downtrend here, but after the downtrend, I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait for Baby Doge before I start to predict the next uptrend, because you don't want to just, you don't want something to crash and then start to pump immediately and then be like, oh yeah, it's gonna keep pumping. Usually when things go down and take a pullback, it does a double pullback where like it hits the bottom once and then it tries to pump again and then it goes back down and hits the bottom again. So that's why I was saying it could dump again, not dump, but pull back. But anyways, Baby Doge is having like huge success here. I definitely believe that this is not the end of the pump. Like, this is my personal opinion. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I don't believe this is the end of the pump. After this wedge here, I definitely do believe that Baby Doge can continue to pump out of it. But the only thing that I'm seeing here that could give us the problem is our supply and demand areas of less demand, because immediately after pumping out, this area up here, all the way from 5.4 down to about 5.1, is going to be a less demand area. So immediately after pumping out, we're going to be hit with that resistance immediately. And then that's when you may see another pullback and then another pump if that pullback cannot keep us down. So that's pretty much what we have. And speaking of stuff keeping us down, we have to also pay attention to a lot of these whales. So this is what Whale Watcher. So as you can see over here today, we have 5,705 or 5.77 thousand new holders today. And then total burn, we have 44.73 trillion total burn tokens today. And yeah, we have a lot. And inside of the humpback change, which is the whales, they've changed in like 423.76 billion. And I don't know 100% what that means right there. But anyways, we have lots going on for Baby Doge, though. It does say over here the circulating supply is 245 quadrillion, which is not 100% exactly right at all. Like, we actually have 159.8% circulating, or 159.8 quadrillion. I think that they're including our liquidity. And speaking of liquidity, look at how easily and how well that ties together. I wanted to talk about this. So, look who has the 10th biggest liquidity pool on PancakeSwap. Baby Doge. Shout out to Ultra243 for posting this. This is really big news right here. The fact that we're literally the ranked top 10 for liquidity. This is one of the reasons why Baby Doge doesn't just crash. This is one of the reasons why I don't believe Baby Doge is going anywhere below 2.4. I mentioned that is the support floor. We have so much liquidity. It would be so hard for us to go below that because liquidity. Remember, every time people are buying into Baby Doge, every time these whales are buying and selling, 5% is being added to that liquidity. Every time they buy and sell, we're always getting that liquidity in. They can never keep us down. Baby Doge has these tokenomics in place, and they really help us like a lot. And for the people that don't know about Baby Doge tokenomics, I know we do have a lot of new people, so I gotta mention this stuff because we got a lot of new people. But yeah, shout out to all the new holders. But yeah, 5% of each transaction is going to the liquidity pool, and then 5% is redistributed back to the holders. And then we also get those automatic burns because one of the holders is the burn wallet. So 5% is automatically sent back to that burn wallet. So that's pretty big right there. That's huge tokenomics. So yeah, 5% every single transaction. You got to think about all the whales buying and selling Baby Doge. You got to think about all this volume. Like every time we pump, we have 5% going way back to that liquidity. So our liquidity is just building up. It's going to be very hard for Baby Doge to drop right now. Honestly, we don't even need major listings. We really don't need major listings. We just need hype, and we just need more social proof. Like, we need more people talking about Baby Dogecoin across all social medias. We need more hype. That's what's going to help Baby Doge continue to rise. That's what's going to bring more volume, and that's what's going to increase our liquidity. And as our liquidity increases, then our chances of continuing to rise, and stay at a solid price continues to go up. So yeah, every time people sell, they can't just do a rug pull on Baby Doge. No. Those whales cannot do that because the liquidity is just so strong inside Baby Doge. But yeah, that's definitely pretty big right there. Shout out to Ultra243 again for noticing this. But yeah, this is pretty big for us. It's really big for the whole Baby Doge army. Now, I wanted to show something with the whales. So if you go down here to whalewatcher.finance, you can see all this cool stuff about Baby Doge. You can see all these different facts. You can see how much like people are holding and pretty much what's going on in Baby Doge. But what I really wanted to show here is the whale watching. So when you go over to whale watching, you can see the transactions that these whales are doing. So in the 24-hour change, we have whales coming with 1.62 trillion in purchases of Baby Doge. You got whales coming with 1.22 trillion. But then you start seeing some sellings. So 3.31 trillion sold here with this whale. 5.98 trillion sold here with this whale, and then it starts to increase. Then you see 17.46. Then you see 6.4 trillion, 39.53 trillion. That's a lot of coins. Like, let me just show you how significant this is. So 39, 53, this is going to be a lot, like million, billion, trillion. All right, wait, I did cross trillion. So yeah, look, 39.53 trillion. This is million, this billion, this trillion. And you would multiply it by a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're at the 4446 area, I believe. 4571. Yeah, 4571. That is $180,000. So yes, it's a sale of $180,000. It's not the biggest sale that could happen, but there's a lot more sales like that are even bigger than that much money. So there's a lot of money going out of Baby Doge and a lot of money going in as well. So that's pretty much what's keeping us down. But we're also getting these huge buys as well. So 338K right here purchased. That's 76.38 trillion purchased today. The whales are buying Baby Doge at huge rates today, even though we pumped. So we still have a good amount of demand for Baby Doge at these levels. This is a 61.1 trillion purchase of Baby Doge. So huge stuff going on with Baby Doge. Look at the changes though. So let me go all the way back to the first one here. If you look at it for the sales, you see there is a lot of sales, but when you look at it at the buys, you're seeing that there should be more buys. There's that 76 trillion purchase that we've seen over here. So that kind of outweighs all the sales that we had. But yeah, we do have a lot of whales buying in and out. Some people are saying that the developers are out there selling Baby Doge when it peaks. But you got to think 5% is still coming back to us and going to the liquidity. So even if the developers are selling, we're still getting some of that money. So it's not like they're just going to rug pull. They can't rug pull us because the way it is, the way Baby Doge is doing huge numbers. So like they can't just rug pull us like that. But yeah, anyways, going back to the last thing I wanted to talk about here. Well, not really the last thing, but I just wanted to mention the roadmap because people always talk about Baby Doge and have utility. I'm going to keep on going over this. We're getting the Baby Doge wallet. We're getting the Baby Doge physical and virtual debit cards, the Baby Doge exchange, and the arcade and the NFT marketplace. Even if the other stuff doesn't come out, we know the debit cards are almost 100% coming out. Is like the main thing they promote on their website. And then on top of that, the NFT marketplace, supposedly that's coming out in February. Now, when this comes out, that's going to be pretty big. You got to think purchases made in Baby Doge on their own NFT marketplace. Like that's going to be huge. Transactions being made inside of Baby Doge for NFTs. And that's going to be really big. I'm probably going to, if they start doing that, I'm going to be making NFTs and I'm going to be putting NFTs up there. And if y'all would be interested in NFTs, I would definitely make some Baby Doge NFTs because I know how to make that type of stuff. I got Photoshop and all that good stuff. So I'll make some cool NFTs and I'll make sure to mint some exclusive ones, not make like 1,000 of an NFT and start selling them because then it'd be almost worthless. Like I think those NFTs where there's like 10,000 of the same NFT, like that's kind of worthless. Like it's like exclusive when you see an NFT that's a one of a kind. There's only one of that NFT. So those are my type of NFTs. I like those type of NFTs. But yeah, anyways, moving on from that stuff here, we were trending on CoinGecko earlier today, so that's pretty big as well. And we just now got a new article written by Watcher Guru. They're kind of bearish on Baby Doge though. They say Baby Doge coin price prediction, why a 36% surge might not be enough. I just want to say definitely 36% is not enough. We need more. But I don't know what they mean by might not be enough. They're just talking bearish scenarios here. So they say it seems as if Baby Doge buyers were unfazed by the recent bearish assault on the crypto, which is true. We're not phased at all. We're just buying the dip. So while the up and coming meme token copped up a full 50% decline between the 20th to the 23rd, investors chose to aggressively buy the dip rather than offload their tokens amidst broader FUD. So literally, we're just buying the dip. Every single holder out there is buying the dip heavy. This does not happen in many crypto communities. People do not do this. Like inside Doge and Sheep, people did this heavily, which is why Doge and Sheep succeeded and why they still have huge market caps. But, you know, like stuff like Bitcoin, well, not Bitcoin, but like the smaller market cap stuff, people don't just buy the dips like that. They just kind of leave the smaller market cap stuff out and they just kind of ditch them, and then those coins just they fade off into the air. But Baby Doge is one of those ones that's probably going to continue to grow and rise like Sheep and Doge did. So anyways, over here they say that January investors chose to aggressively buy that dip. So as a result, Baby Doge mounted a 36% climb. They're saying that it's not enough. Baby Doge 4-hour time chart. This is the chart that they're looking at here for Baby Doge. But in order for Baby Dogecoin's rally to mature into a steady uptrend, its price had to close above some taunting barriers. The 4-hour simple moving average, which is the blue line that they're talking about, is the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level. And the 50 simple moving average, which is the yellow areas they're talking about, is the 5224 area, were spaced out within a 12% gap, which Baby Doge had to close over the next few sessions. So the 5224 area is that area of less demand I was talking about and showing you here. And this is why I like the automated trading indicators, because I don't really have to do everything like manually, like how they just did there. I just kind of look over here and I'm like, oh yeah, that's where the simple moving average is at the 5-2 area where we have less demand and our resistance at. But yeah, that's what they're talking about here, this area. Baby Doge had to close above this area, but we did not close above this area, which means that a pullback could be quite possibly happening, which is why you see another area of less demand forming here now at the 4-6 area, which is why we're not taking off yet. So for everyone wondering why Baby Doge didn't pump huge today, we did pump 18%. Like don't act like we didn't have any pump. We did go up 18%. Like you got to think about the simple moving averages and all that other technical stuff. So the fact that we didn't get past the 5-4 area, it definitely shows that it could be a little bit bearish. Now, they say in order for it to mature, it has to get past those levels. So a bearish rejection at these levels would likely see Baby Doge head back to an area demand of the 3.2 and the 2.694 area. So like I said, back here, we have some support down here at about 3.2. And that is, where's 3.2 at? Oh yeah, 3.2 is right here where or this is 2.8 really, but then 3.2 would be like right around here in this area. And if you look way back here, we had support at 3.2 and we had supply and demand areas of more demand. So those more demand areas then become our less, or not our less demand. Those more demand areas then become our support because they are previously our more demand areas. So now they're our support pretty much. So yeah, we could have that support at 3.2 and then also around 2.6. I say a little bit around 2.4 because if you look back here, you see 2.4 was just the area where we bottomed out at. They're talking about the 2.6 area, which is not the area that we completely bottomed out at, but we did have heavy support around 2.6. It did not want to go below that. I'll draw a line here so you can kind of see. But yeah, Baby Doge did not want to go below this line here. But I say 2.4 because that's where we actually bottomed out at. So everyone's got a different technical analysis. But yeah, 3.2 to 2.4 or 3.2 to 2.6 if you like that area more. So anyways, the area is backed by both the 4-hour 200 simple moving average and the 50 simple moving average, making it a significant defense. Early cutoffs can be anticipated at the 50%, 38.2 Fibonacci retracement levels, but the same regions contain lower probabilities of a reversal. So yeah, the indicators, they're saying surprisingly, the super trend indicator, which presents buy and sell signals, continue to remain bearish. So the index suggested that Baby Doge had to climb by an additional 20% for a buy signal to be generated. So I don't really care if it's bearish right now because even if we do go on the bearish analysis, like you got to think it's going to be very, very temporary. Like you just got to think about what's going on with Baby Doge, all the utilities that we're building up with Baby Doge, like how strong the community is. Literally, everyone's buying the dip, like everybody. And if it hits 2.2 or 2.4, I'm going to buy that dip so much. Like I'm just going to put so much money into the dip that it's just going to be huge. Like I'm really planning to drop my whole paycheck in there if we hit 2.4. I really wanted to do it at 3.2, but I was literally at work when it hit 3.2 and I did not have the opportunity to buy at 3.2. And then it just starts to pump 18% today. I'm like, wow, I could have got back in with about $700 was how much I was going to put in, but still, it's still a good amount of money to put in. It's like 400 billion or 500 billion or something like that. But yeah, anyways, the MACD was less pessimistic and observed a bullish crossover on the lesser time frame. So although fresh long positions could enter the market, Baby Doge had to close above its price barriers to expel a large chunk of selling pressure. Until then, any buy signals should be discounted. So yes, we are a little bit bearish. It does show, this is actually pretty interesting. The 24-hour market control just now changed to 80% ruled by the bulls. So now it shows that we're 80% bullish, which actually is an indication that we may be breaking out very soon. You can actually see over here that we keep going back and forth between green areas inside of the vital algo indicators. This is why I like these automated indicators because they're like immediate and they're instant. So it's going back and forth between these green areas, meaning that there is some buying pressure starting to come back in, showing the 24-hour market control by the bulls by 80% instead of 60%. So that's definitely pretty good. But yeah, anything could happen at this point. I'm just hoping that it comes on the upside. So for the conclusion, they say even though Baby Doge can capture a quick 36% jump, which is pretty much what I was saying, like, yes, even though we could break out of this wedge here and hit this area here of the 5.4 area that they're talking about where the simple moving average is, then you would see 5.4 pretty much do a retracement back down to about 4.5 or about 4.4, 4.5, because that is where we have more demand for Baby Doge. So even if we did pump by 36%, we would pull back a little bit and then people would buy that dip. And then that is what would bring us back to our all-time highs. So it's going to be a little bit of a work in process here at Baby Doge, but I'm really not that worried about it at all. But yeah, they say bulls cannot afford to take their foot off the pedal. So if a series of price barriers reject the bullish effort, Baby Doge would move south until hitting its support zone of 32 to 2.6. So that is pretty much our floor, 3.2, 2.6. That's where we're going to see the bottom of Baby Doge. Even if it could go below that, like whenever I say support floor, the bottom, it doesn't mean the complete support floor. That means that is the bottom of the downtrend before the next uptrend. So it goes down from 4.4 down to 2.6 or 2.4. And then when it hits that bottom, then it goes back on another uptrend back to like 3.2, 3.8, trying to break that resistance to get back above 4.4. And if it can't do that, then that's when it goes below the support floor. And then that's when it creates a new support floor. But I don't think it's going to create a new support floor. That's why I'm saying the bottom of 2.4, because this is my personal opinion. I don't think we're going to go down that low. And I know a lot of you probably believe we're not going down that low either. But yeah, we have a lot going on with Baby Doge. This video is starting to get long, so I'm probably going to go ahead and end it around here. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. We have so much going on for Baby Doge. Shout out to everyone in the Baby Doge army. If you want to join the Telegram group, definitely do that. It's inside the link in the description. We got a very big group going on right now, and we're growing pretty fast there. So definitely check it out. And we're just talking about all stuff Baby Doge, and we're talking about what we're going to do with our Baby Doge profits when we get them, about the islands we're going to be going to. We got people all over the world inside of the Baby Doge army in the Telegram group. So definitely check that out in the link in the description. Very good group, very good community. And I'm going to be starting to become more active in there. I'm trying to like be 100% on YouTube. I'm trying to do this full time. So once I'm doing this full time, I'm going to be updating that group literally 24/7 with these automated trading indicators from Vital Algo 24/7. So yeah, definitely hit the like button though and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube channel out immensely for the YouTube algorithm. And also leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you all want me to go over next. And also, if you want these automated trading indicators over here, definitely check out the Vital Algo link in the description. Use the discount code Marsellis for 25% off. And if you want to help support the channel, definitely go ahead and send a donation through the Cash App or PayPal donation link in the description. And as always, I'll be back with another video. Peace.